Welcome everyone to Run Amok. I'm your host, Javen Takar. We have some breaking news. The New York Jets finalize a trade with the Packers for the one and only Aaron Rodgers. Insane. It's been in talks for super long, for weeks and weeks and weeks. We're just hearing rumors. The trade could be done on draft day. The trade could be done as soon as this week. The trade may not be done. They're at a stopping ground. Finally, there's some progress, and the trade goes down. It is official. The Jets get Aaron Rodgers, pick number 15, a 2023 fifth round pick, which is number 170. And the Packers get pick number 13 in this year's draft, a 2023 second round pick. That is number 42, a sixth round pick, number 207, a conditional 2024 second round pick. It could become a first if Rodgers plays 65% of the plays. I think this was a really good deal on both parties. But honestly, in my opinion, especially the Jets, you only really you swap pick 13 for pick 15 and you got Aaron Rodgers basically. And you can argue, oh, you got that other first round pick. Okay, so really you traded one first round pick for Aaron Rodgers. That's a pretty good deal. Now, of course, he's old. He is old. He's what, 39, 38. And so that could be a problem. But with how young of a team the Jets have, I honestly think that it is more of a pro because they need that type of veteran leadership. Now, Rodgers, he may not be the best guy. He was in a dark hole for a little bit. He's a very much a drama guy, and he might favor his guys more so than the rest of the Jets guys, but they're already loving it. They changed his profile picture. I'll probably put the picture right here. They changed all their Twitter profile pictures to a throwback picture of Aaron Rodgers. They hate that man, Zach Wilson, but, I don't want to say ask for good reasoning, but, he kind of deflected the blame from him. Anyway, so this Jets team, let's talk about it. Obviously, you've got Aaron Rodgers. You've got running back Breece Hall coming back. That running back room is pretty weak after that, though. I can definitely expect them maybe drafting one in the draft coming just in a couple of days. Not sure when you're watching this, but currently recording this Monday when the trade went down. So hopefully I put it up before the draft. And obviously we've got Garrett Wilson, who is going to shine with Rodgers. You've got Corey Davis and Alan Lazard, and also Mecole Hardman. Lazard and Hardman getting added in free agency this year. Obviously, they went out after Odell as well before he ultimately decided on the Baltimore Ravens because Rodgers' wishes. We knew that this trade was going to go down weeks ago. It was just a matter of fact, the logistics, I suppose. The Jets, they kind of already started building that team around Mr. A-Rod. And their offensive line is okay. You got some good guys, Becton, Tomlinson, Vera Tucker. I definitely expect them going tackle in the draft, especially with where they are. They can probably land a guy like Broderick Jones or Anton Harrison or, any of the other tackles. It's a pretty rich tackle class. Their defense really kind of lacking some star talent, but you've got some solid young guys. Carl Larson, I think, is very underrated. Jermaine Johnson, first-round pick last year, I believe. Solomon Thomas, Quinnen Williams, CJ Mosley, Quincy Williams, Sauce Gardner, of course, the defensive rookie of the year. And then they picked up Jordan Whitehead in free agency this year, Chuck Clark, and then DJ Reed, second cornerback next to Sauce Gardner. So you've got names, but you don't really have superstars, the guys who you can really argue. Quinnen Williams, Sauce Gardner. So, Robert Saleh being a defensive-minded head coach, he might want a defensive guy to rely on. But regardless, even with these guys they're going to work with, Saleh, I believe he'll do great things with him, controlling the defense. And then you've got Rodgers leading the offense, being the team captain, being the veteran face presence. So now this Jets team is pretty much ready to compete now. They're in a strong division. However, the AFC East, you've got the New England Patriots with Bill Belichick, always a competitor. You've got the Miami Dolphins with superstars from top to bottom of that roster. Mike McDaniels is a great coach. And then you've got the Buffalo Bills, who's, Josh Allen. He's been doing his thing. Where are they going to fit in there? That's going to be really interesting, honestly. Going from those four teams talent-wise, the Patriots you might want to predict last, but you never really want to bet against Bill Belichick. But, hey, Mac Jones, he's probably holding them back. Then, it's Buffalo and Miami. And in my opinion, though, the Jets, they could take this division depending on how Rodgers acts. Now, of course, what does this mean for Zach Wilson? Now, like I was saying, Rodgers is old, and he's probably going to retire in a year or two. So it's not a bad thing having Zach Wilson sit behind Rodgers, learn, kind of become more mature. And then once Rodgers retires, bam, you have a aged, more experienced, more mature Zach Wilson to come on in. Hopefully he's won the locker room over by then. And you just hope for good things then. So, I mean, the offense for the New York Jets, it's going to be one of the top offenses in the league. You're going to have Rodgers slinging that thing. Garrett Wilson, probably going to be his Devontae Adams. We all know how much he loves Alan Lazard. Honestly, don't be surprised if they go and get Randall Cobb, call up Jordy Nelson out of retirement or something. I mean, the Jets, from one green team to another, they're going to essentially turn into the Packers. And now, listen, I know I'm sounding like everybody else, kind of overrating the brand new quarterback. Listen, I'm not saying just getting a good quarterback, training for a good quarterback magically fixes all your problems. We saw what happened with the Denver Broncos last year. They went out, made a big trade for Russell Wilson, and did absolutely terrible the year after that. But I trust in Robert Saleh. I trust in the rest of that coaching staff. It's going to be interesting to see how the season plays out, see how Rodgers fares with a young, talented team. If anything, I am honestly most concerned about the defense, though. But I trust Saleh. I'm a Niners guy. Saleh came from us. And I trust Saleh in controlling that defense and making them the best they possibly could be. And that's pretty much it, folks. Just wanted to make a quick video sharing my thoughts on the Rodgers situation because finally this saga has closed. Honestly, I thought that the trade was going to go down draft day. Luckily, it did not. We did not have to wait that long. A couple notable names that could be moved on come draft day. Derrick Henry has been in trade talks. We assume. I mean, Titans GM came out and said that hasn't been happening. There's been reports of that happening. Don't know who you want to believe. Probably the Titans GM, but I'm gonna just say, hey, who knows? Who knows? Maybe Philly calls. They offer the 10 pick. You can't deny that as if you're the Titans. DeAndre Hopkins, he's going to definitely be traded, whether it's draft day or not. I assume he probably will be moved draft day. We saw AJ Brown get traded draft day. Arizona, they want to move on from him. He wants to move on from Arizona. It's going to be interesting to see what team wants him. Baltimore is probably out of that picture, getting Odell. The Jets, they have compensation if they want to go and make a big splash move like that. Patriots were obviously in talks. The Chiefs, there's many teams that could use a DeAndre Hopkins. And that pretty much closes out this episode and also the biggest name story this offseason. We had Rodgers and Odell having the most drama, dragging out their entire stories, dragging out this offseason, it felt like. And both of those stories have come to a close. And so that's going to wrap up this episode, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you in the next episode. Make sure you check out the TikTok app, Run Amongst Sports. Check out the Instagram at Run Amongst Sports for unique graphics. I'm a lot more active on there. Draft day, just a couple of days, folks. Just a couple of days this week. Going to be exciting. I'll see you then. Peace out.